St. Ansgar will have the choice. He'll defer. South Wind decides it's going up.
1:10 left here in the third period in the pigtail match at 45. Drew Bading of New Hampton leading by a major decision margin on Travis Reichs of Turkey Valley. Bading gets another takedown now to make it a 10-0 lead with 53 seconds left here in the third period.
And here we had Smith stand up, turn in, and catch Jackson Luke South Wind in a headlock and get the fall with a minute 42 seconds left. So Mitchell Smith of St. Ansgar has won his first match.
And he will go on to wrestle Jordan Baumler of North Fayette Valley in
the next round.
I think one more pigtail to go, and actually we are getting to the 8-man bracket over there on your mat, Dave. Yep. Connor Cleveland, defending state runner-up, will take on Andre Scheibron of Elkader Central over there. Bading still leading here at 145 by a 10-0 margin with 20 seconds left here in the period on Travis Reichs of Turkey Valley.
It took about 5 seconds for Connor Cleveland to get the takedown and put Scheibron on his back. Sherbrun. So Connor Cleveland with a 5-0 lead. Connor Cleveland seeded number 1. Runner-up in the state last year.
Bading now with a cross-face. He has his man on his back. Does Travis Reichs. He does get 2 back points as the period comes to a close, and Drew Bading of New Hampton will win his pigtail match. Bading of New Hampton with a 12-0 win on Travis Reichs, Turkey Valley, and he will wrestle Adam Benzing of Waukon at 145 in the round of 8. So
and Connor Cleveland just picked up Andre Scheibron from Elkader Central, put him on his back and pinned him, and he'll face Miles Ramsey from Waukon in the next round, the 4th seed. Cleveland seeded number 1.
He is now 8-2 on the season, and the final pigtail match on the mat right now, and this is at 2:20. Scott Keim of Turkey Valley and Kenny Orr of Elkader Central. Orr gets the quick takedown 10 seconds in, and you got a quarterfinal over there at 113.
Now we've got Denver Tripola. Andrew Bush, the 3rd seed, against Luke Reichs, North Fayette Valley. And Andrew Bush just got a quick takedown on the edge of the mat and has Luke Reichs on his back. Pretty good and a half and an arm.
Kenny Orr of Elkader Central just completed a 37-second fall on Scott Keim of Turkey Valley. So Keim will move to the backside of the bracket, and Kenny Orr will move to the front side of the bracket. So we are now done with our pigtail matches. We didn't have any first round matches at 106 because there's only 4 in the bracket there. Noah Fye of New Hampton, William Miller of North Fayette Valley, Blake Stiggy of Denver Tripola, and Philip Eady of Decorah.
Eady being seated 2nd.
Yep. And we're just underway here in the quarterfinals at 113. Joe Kanoki with a quick takedown on Andrew Wagner of South Winn. Kanoki, the junior for Decorah, going to a ball and chain tilt, didn't get any back points out of it. It's a 2-0 lead for Kanoki as we start the first period. Kanoki with the wing and a wrist has his man on his back right now.
And Andrew Bush from Denver Tripola has just pinned Luke Reichs from North Fayette Valley in the first period. So Bush will move on.
And Joe Kanoki just completes a 42nd fall on Andrew Wagner of South Wind. So Kanoki will move on to face Andrew Bush at 113. So on to 120 pounds we go. Tyler Shattuck of New Hampton is the top seed, and Paxton DeVilvis is his opponent. Tom Sherburne of Elkader and Brody Bruce of St. Ansgar will be the quarterfinal matches that will be heading to the mat here in the not-too-distant future. So Previewing our semifinal matches coming up. No matches here in the first round at 106. It'll be Noah Fye of New Hampton at 106 taking on William Miller of North Fayette Valley, and Blake Steege of Denver Tripola taking on Philip Eady of Decorah. At 113, it'll be Connor Cleveland of New Hampton taking on Miles Ramsey of Walk-On, and Andrew Bush of Denver Tripola taking on Joe Kanoki of Decorah.
And Tyler Shattuck, the number 1 seed for New Hampton, facing Paxton DeVille Bliss. Nice hit outside single by Shattuck for the takedown. Leads DeVille Bliss 2-0.
Brody Bruce of St. Ansgar has taken a 2-0 lead on Tom Sherbraun of Elkader Central. On the red mat to our right, we are in the quarterfinals at 120 pounds. We're 25 minutes into the day here at the South Wind Wrestling Invitational. Glad you're with us at KDECradio.net for our online coverage today. We'll do this again for the Chris Flanagan Invitational, as well as the Northeast Iowa Conference meet, as well as sectionals and districts this year. And any place in the world you can listen to us via ustream.tv/channel/KDEC Sports.
And Shattuck just got a tilt on DeVille Bliss and let go of that, and it came up over the head. And it's got a lot of chest pressure on. DeVille Bliss trying to hook a leg, but it's not working. And looks like we got another 3 back points.
Matches are being controlled by track wrestling, so it's correct on the laptops. So if you don't see something on the wall,
and a St. Ansgar fall for Brody Bruce. The fall occurs in 1:33, so they just announced that they're having some trouble on the clock on the wall on the gray mat, but see Shattuck just got a victory. We'd love to tell you the time of the fall, but we can't.
No.
First period, we can tell you that much.
Yep, it was all Shattuck all the way.
Yeah.
But
defeating Paxton DeVille of South Wind. Over on the red mat here, Tevin Redding, a junior from Denver Tripola, taking on Tristan Hansmeyer of Walk-On.
And on my mat, we've got Carter Hubka, Decorah, against Noah Meineke from Osage. And Hubka in on a takedown, puts Meineke right to his back. Carter got Noah Meineke pretty well stretched out on the bottom. Meineke is a sophomore with an 0-1 record. Hubka, junior, with a 7-2 record. Hubka, the 2nd seed.
And Walk-On has taken a 2-0 lead. Tristan Hansmeyer, the freshman, taking on Redding of Denver Tripola.
And we get a stalling call for him right in the ankle.
And there's no scoreboard or time in the on Dave's mat there, so if he's not specific, he's not being absent-minded at all.
Yeah, I do know that Carter Hubka got at least a 2.2-0 lead. Probably as far as I'm concerned, it should be 4-0, because when he took him down, he took him to his back. But
wrestlers, we're going to have to hold that bracket for the 45-minute rule, so we're going to skip 126.
And
Hansmeyer has Redding on his back on the side of the mat with 20 seconds left here in the first period.
Hubka has got a ball and chain on, and the official hits Meineke with the stall call.
Boy,
there's absolutely nothing a guy can do when you get that ball and chain on. That was just the subject of an officials clinic that came out of Rutgers University out east, and that official out there was conducting the clinic just basically said you're an idiot if you call a stalling call on somebody when he's got his hand stuck down between his crotch and the other guy's hanging on the wrist.
Well,
there's nothing he can do. Nothing he can do.
That was interesting. We'll put it that way. Tristan Hansmeyer with 5-0 lead on Tevin Redding as we go to the second period here at 1:20 in the quarterfinals. Tyler Shattuck of New Hampton.
We started the second period with both neutral, and Hubka's Carter's dropping right down in on a single, heads inside. Meinecke's blocking it off. Now you notice I didn't call the official down here an idiot. I just said the clinician out at Rutgers said anybody would do that was an idiot.
Well, we
and they're
you can leave your semantics up to interpretation.
That's right. Yeah. That official out there at Rutgers is pretty specific about that. And here we've got Hubka has Meinecke on his back, and he got 2 more near fall.
So I think it should be 6-0.
About 6-0. I think it's about 6-0.
Hopefully they can get that scoreboard working here in the not too distant future.
Carter's got Meinecke's arm behind his back, now coming up over the head. He's got to get out of the leg, though. There, now he's out of the leg and up over the head. And he's got Meinecke on his back. Meinecke's trying to roll through. We didn't reverse the half, and so Meinecke managed to do that, but we get 2 more back.
Out of bounds they go over here. Still a 5-0 lead for Tristan Hansmeyer here at 1:20 on Tevin Redding of Denver Tripola. Here in the quarterfinals at 1:20.
Carter's Hubka's got a half in. Now he's up over the head. He's got Meinecke on his back. Short time. Cowboys out. It looks like he's pretty flat. Whether or not we'll have time or not, I don't know for sure.
Hubka is up by an 8-0 margin. I'm going to be following on track wrestling here.
There we go.
And it's 11-0 now.
Yeah, 3-point near fall.
And over here, heading to the third period, Tristan Hansmeyer of walk-on still with the 5-0 lead on Tevin Redding of Denver Tripola.
Coach Jennings not happy at all. Tells his man to go on top. He's been on the bin everywhere else. He's going to get a caution. So instead of tried to start with a tight waist. The palm of the hand is supposed to be on the navel. Little trouble figuring out where the navel was, I think.
Hey, we got a scoreboard over there at the clock.
Hey, it looks like it's working.
Yeah. Makes your job a heck of a lot easier.
Yeah, it does. Shows Carter ahead 11-0. Period. Well, I wasn't too worried because Dennis Osmundson's over at the table there, and he'll keep track of the score like probably nobody else can.
Yep.
Long-time official, good guy, good official. And Carter Hubka popped his head out 2 more points, so it should be 13-0. Now he's got back points, so this should finish the match.
Hubka, the number 2 seed, taking on Meinecke of Osage there. It's Tristan Hansmeyer of walk-on leading 5-0.
Man, if that isn't a fall, I don't know what he's looking at. Boy. He bridges out of it, though, but we got 3 near falls, so that's the end of the match. Tech fall.
It occurs in 4:48, a 16-0 win for Carter Hubka. And he will await the winner of the match on my mat to our right. Tristan Hansmeyer still with 5-0 lead, getting called for a potentially dangerous.
And that technical fall gives us Decorah an extra 1.5. Bonus points.
They're going to skip 26 because you need the 45-minute rule.
Yeah, and we had a pigtail there, didn't we?
Yep.
So
I think you've got Rodney Schwartzoff of South Wind and Tom Reichs of Turkey Valley.
Yeah, looks like it at 132. And Reichs in on the legs. And Schwartzoff tried to cow catcher and roll him through. Didn't work. Reichs dropped his hips and then down in for 2 points. So Tom Reichs, Turkey Valley, the number 4 seed, leads Rodney Schwartzoff South Wind 2-0.
And over here at 120, Hansmeyer again has Tevin Redding on his back with 15 seconds left here in the period. Hansmeyer of walk-on. leading by at least a 5-0 margin, and he gets the fall in 5:51. So Hansmeyer moves on, and he will be Carter Hubka's opponent in the finals at 120, or in the semifinals at 120.
And Tom Reichs just got a fall over Rodney Schwartzoff, South Win. Minute 11 seconds on the clock. And
Devin Stortz to the mat for the quarry here at 132. Devin went 3 for 3 with 3 falls last night in the quad over at New Hampton. He will take on Blake Rochlau of Elkader Central.
We're here on the gray mat. We've got, looks like Keegan Tangy from New Hampton, the number 3 seed, against Mitchell Snicker from Waukon. Imagine that, a Snicker from Waukon.
Yeah, shocking.
Yep. And pretty common in wrestling circles over there.
There is Devin Stortz getting an early takedown on Mitchell or on Rochlau. Devin controlling a wrist, working through the crotch area right now.
And Stortz, by the way, our only number 1 seed.
Well, with the matchup last night between 3 of these teams, that took care of a lot of the seeding, as Devin working a tilt on the edge of the mat in front of the Elkader Central coaching staff. 1:15 left here in the period. He has 3 points waiting for him when the situation changes. 1 minute left here in the period. Devin Stortz at 7-2, the junior, now officially awarded the 3 points, and it's a 5-0 lead. Stortz working off to the side. Now has a wing and a wrist, and he's got Rochlau on his back, but Rochlau trying to roll through. Devin gets the chest pressure back up there, and he's getting back points once again. There's 34 seconds left here in the period.
Oh, nice duck under by Reichs.
And Devin Stortz just completed the fall in 1:32 on Rochlau of Elkader, so Stortz will take on Tom Reichs.
Or rather, Tangy from New Hampton. I got the takedown over Snicker from Waukon.
So Devin Stortz and Tom Reichs will meet in the quarterfinals at 1:32. Let's go to the next semifinal match here at 1:32. It'll be Jared Popp of Osage and Jordan Larson of North Fayette Valley.
And we're ending the second period with a 2-0 lead over by Keenan Tangy. It was Red's choice. He deferred. Tangy goes down. Start the second period. And they make a false start, but it's the other whistle, so no cautions. Tangy starts to stand up, looks for hand control. Snicker takes him back to the mat. Tangy comes out front, though, and circles the front, gets his escape as they go off the mat.
And over here at 132 pounds, still 0-0 between Jared Popp of Osage and Jordan Larson of North Fayette Valley. 1:25 left here in the period.
And it should be 3-0 over here. Keenan Tangy leading.
Hit the -1 instead of the +1.
Tangy in on a body lane, a headlock. Or no, it's, excuse me, Snicker got the headlock. Tangy came in on a body lock, and Snicker turned it into a headlock. Grabbed the head. He's got Tangy upside down here. And a pretty darn tight headlock, and he gets the fall. So we've got Mitchell Snicker.
Justin Wood, Osage, Connor Boyd,
with a fall over the number 3 seed, Keegan Tangy.
And that's Tangy's first loss of the season.
Yes, and that
the old getting caught there.
Yep, yeah. It was really Tangy's move all the way in on that body lock, but Mitchell Snicker turned it into a headlock and ended up with a fall. So
right now over here on the red mat, it's Jared Pop of Osage leading Jordan Larson of North Fayette Valley by a 2-1 margin, or correction, that's Larson now leading by a 4-1 margin. Larson of North Fayette Valley, the 2 seed today, the senior. And since we had pigtails at 38, 45, and 52, we're moving on to 60 over on your mat, so it appears.
And we've got Justin Woods from Osage against Connor Vogt from Denver Terpola. Vogt, the number 4 seed, with a 3-3 record, a sophomore. Woods, Osage, 4-4 record in this junior. So this is a situation where in the seedings meeting, I think probably the coaches looked at it and said, hey, those boys look pretty even. Let's let them sort it out first round. And that's what's happening right here. Woods from Osage got the takedown. Riding Vogt from Denver Terpola right now. Trying to...
an escape over here at 32 for Pop. So Jordan Larson of North Fayette Valley still leading. It should... Actually, that was... I'm sorry, Larson got the escape at the start of the second period, and Larson leads it by a 5-1 margin.
Woods from Osage got tied up a wrist and got the 2-point tilt here on Vogt from Denver. A lot of pressure, high. Vogt gets his hips up, comes out, faces him, got the 1-point escape. So with the 2 back points, and the escape should be 4-0. Justin Woods Osage over Connor Vogt, Denver Terpola. Woods in on a shot quite a ways away, but he keeps his feet moving. Yeah, that was a quick whistle on the edge of the mat because Vogt dropped right down to his hip, and Woods' feet ended up inside, but on that quick whistle, he didn't get anything out of it. And in the defense of the referee, they were running over into the Denver Terpola cheerleaders there on the edge. So,
and here is Jordan Larson getting a fall at 132. So Larson completes the fall in 3:08 on Jordan Pop, and he will take on Mitchell Snitker of Walk-On in the semifinals at 132 pounds.
We had Connor Vogt in on the legs of Justin Woods, but he got extended, and Woods come around behind for a 2-point takedown, making 6-1 first period.
Zach Bruns, the top seed for North Fayette Valley, taking on Jacob Heeman of St. Ansgar. One thing North Fayette Valley assistant coach Doug DeMuth told me beforehand, Bruns got a victory over Alec Felstrel last night. That was his 100th career victory.
Yeah, pretty good kid. And Osage got the choice, I believe, deferred, and anyway, they're both on their feet.
And a quick takedown here for Bruns to make it 2-0. 1:39 left here in the period. Jacob Heeman of St. Ansgar.
Shot by Woods, long ways away. Vogt tries to come around, but Woods gets to his feet. Vogt tried to snap him down, snapped him right into his leg. So Woods has a pretty deep leg, double or single leg now. Tries for a trip. Vogt sprawls. No points yet.
Bruns about ready to get Herman on his back right now. Now he is getting back points. He out chest to chest, out around the head. Dave Litter, the official, down to take a deep look. 45 seconds left here in the period. Bruns at 5-1 thus far this year. Picked up his 100th win last night for North Fayette Valley. A ranked kid, pretty solid kid here at 160. And now he's into the Saturday Night Live, and there Saturday Night Ride, and there's the fall. Bruns with a 138 fall on Heeman, so he moves on to the semifinals here at 160. And Alec Felstrel will be up next, taking on Noah Kaboshik of South Wind.
And the
170 pounds.
Second period here, Woods gets another 2 points
Joe Freed.
and makes it 8-1 over Connor Volt. Denver Tripola. And riding across one leg, riding with the wrist, and he gets a stalling call on Volt from Denver Tripola, just sitting on the bottom. And it looks like it's going to be Osage's choice, and he's going to go down.
And a quick takedown for Alec Felschul here at 160 in the semifinals. Felschul, the number 2 seed, leading Noah Koboshik of South Wind, the sophomore. Felschul, the number 2 seed after Bruns major decisioned him last night.
And Woods moved up, started in the down position, come into a tripod, and then circled away and came up to face Connor Volt. And they're both on their feet with a 9-1 lead for Justin Woods Osage.
And Alec Felschul just completed a fall in 44 seconds over Noah Koboshik of South Wind. So Felschul moves on to the semifinals to take on the winner of Cole Denner and Blaine Swenson of New Hampton and walk on. That is going to be the next on deck. So Ryan Hageman's going to be up, state qualifier a year ago, undefeated, 3-0 here on the season. He'll take on Joe Frieden of Walk On.
Woods from Osage just got another takedown on Connor Volt, leading 11-1 now. Third period, about a minute to go. Now we get 1 point for Osage. Volt apparently was stalling, and now Justin Woods just stacks him up on his shoulders and gets the fall.
Woods for Osage moves on to take on Bruns of North Fayette Valley as Ryan Hageman off to a quick 2-0 lead here at 170 on Joe Frieden of Walk On. I believe you'll have the other 60 quarterfinal match.
Denner and Swenson, maybe?
Yep. Even though he doesn't spell it correctly.
No, it's Svensson. Is the way you need to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way you ought to do it, yeah. So we've got Cole Denner, New Hampton, 7-2 record junior against Blaine Swenson, Waukon with no record.
A 2-1 lead for Ryan Hageman. He let Frieden back up, and Hageman got the leg up in the air and went for the trip, but they both went out of bounds with 1:21 left here in the period.
And Denner, the 3rd seed, Denner and Felschul didn't wrestle last night. We had to send, Decorah had to send their man out first to the mat, and we sent out Alec Felschul and Nick Heeman and New Hampton. They opted to just forfeit and move kids up a weight, and played out pretty well for them. So
New Hampton getting the 56-21 win in that duel as Ryan Hageman gets another takedown with 53 seconds left here in the first period. Hageman up by a 4-1 margin with 49 seconds now left in the period as they go out of bounds.
We have no score with Cole Denner against Blaine Swenson. Now Denner in on a nice takedown, but the official indicated that he shot was maybe below the knee, where he thought there was too much pressure on the knee, and called it a potentially dangerous before the takedown was completed. Not the first time I've seen that. Denner in on a double now, driving across, and he's got the takedown.
Hageman up 4-2, looking for another takedown here, and he gets it with 25 seconds left in the period. He's got Frieden extended. First period, Ryan Hageman, the top seed at 170 pounds, taking on Joe Frieden of Walk On. They wrestle right in front of Jacob Ellsburn and the coaching staff as they wrestle out of bounds now with 6.6 seconds left in the period.
And now we've got Swenson in on a single. They go to the edge of the mat. He trips Denner right at the edge of the mat. He tripped Denner down for 2. So Swenson now leads 3-2. And I think Denner might have let up just a little bit right there on the edge. But, it's hard enough to determine what the edge of the mat is in high school wrestling. The rules say as long as the supporting points of one wrestler are in bounds, you're in bounds. So best just keep wrestling, let the referee figure that out.
Once you hear that whistle, let up. But if you don't hear the whistle,
keep wrestling.
Take care of business. Ryan Hageman starts in the down position, up 6-2. As we start the second period, Hageman gets out, kind of set up Frieden as Frieden went in for a big toss on Hageman, and Hageman tried to throw him back, but they ran out of real estate on the edge of the mat. 1:52 left here in the period, of 7-2 lead for Ryan Hageman. Hageman getting the leg in the air, gets the trip, gets the takedown, tried to go for the half. Frieden didn't let him have it. So it's a 9-2 lead for Hageman as they wrestle in front of the walk-on coaches on the near side corner.
And we've got a little blood time here against Cole Denner. A little bloody nose there.
Hageman up 9-2.
New Hampton coaches, I think, giving him a little instruction on where the edge of the mat is and how you don't have to worry about it. Keep wrestling. And a little false start there, but the official takes it on himself. Denner starts down. Now we're going to caution walk-on because he got on before the referee told him to get on.
And now Joe Frieden with the takedown of Ryan Hageman here as Hageman leads at 9-4 with 1:20 left in the second period. Hageman 3-0 on the season, state qualifier a year ago. Obviously a very good football season for him.
Denner stands up.
There's a switch for Hageman. He gets a reversal to make it 11-4.
Wakan still has the advantage, but or Swenson has the advantage there, and Wakan, but Denner's in on a leg. They're going to go out of bounds now, and he's going to get one. So Denner picks up 1 point to tie the match 3-3.
And Hageman leading here at 170 pounds. Hageman up by an 11-4 margin. 50 seconds left here in the second period. On Joe Frieden of walk-on. Frieden with no record, a junior. Hageman the senior for walk-on. Hageman allowing Frieden to get to his feet. Frieden gets the escape to make it 11-5.
Nice little elbow shuck by Cole Denner from New Hampton, and got Blaine Swenson from Wakan out of position and for the takedown. So leads now 5-3. A minute left in the second period.
Takedown again here for Ryan Hageman after an escape to make it 13-5. Hageman. So 8 seconds left here in the second period as they go out of bounds. Hageman still leading by a 13-5 margin.
And Cole Denner with the ball and chain tilt for two more back points. So it's 7-3 now.
Hageman leading 13-5, and that is the way we will end at the second period.
Denner ties up an arm and rolls Svensson through, and it looks like that's about going to be a 3-point tilt here.
Go back to 1:26 and work our way.
Right at the end of the second period. And we get three more.
They just
10-3.
And they just announced that once they complete the 70-pound bracket, they'll head back to 126 pounds and work from there. So the 45-minute rules are done with as of this time.
Got to have 45 minutes rest between matches.
13-5, Ryan Hageman leading here at 170 pounds. The top seed for South Win on Joe Frieden of Wakan.
Wakan shows neutral, starts the third period, but Denner's in on a single, changes to a double. Driving across with a double. Hook the leg for another 2 points. 12-3.
And Hageman getting a takedown here with make it 15-5 with 1:20 left here in the third period. Dave's got the 60-pound quarterfinal and the 70-pound quarterfinal between Hageman and Frieden. Winner of the Denner-Swenson match will take on Alec Felstuhl at 160 pounds.
Now New Hampton gets hit by stalling, riding kind of parallel on top. And that's okay. As coaches, I'm sure would like to see him get out the side and work a little harder. I'm not sure the Wakan coaches would like to see him get out the side and work a little harder, but sometimes that's what a stalling call does. And,
granted, Nick Heeman had to look like he had just tasted some sour milk after that call, but
yeah, well, if I was coaching over that corner, I'd be tickled to death.
So
because Cole Denvers is obviously the superior wrestler. He's got a lot of talent. And now Blaine Svensson on his back with that roll through tilt.
Hageman now up by a 17-6 margin on Frieden with 20 seconds left here in the period. 15 seconds left here in the period.
There's 3 more points for Denner. Then Denner moves up into a half, and he got the fall. So Cole Denner with a fall.
170 pounds, Tyler Sawyer, Turkey Valley.
Over Blaine Svensson from walk-on, and he'll face Alec Felstill next round.
And Ryan Hageman just completed his victory over Joe Frieden of walk-on, and that's a 17-6 major decision victory for Ryan Hageman. So over on Dave's mat, it will be Tyler Sawyer of Turkey Valley, probably one of their better kids at 8-2 this year, and Sterling Eisler of St. Ansgar. And then over on the red mat to our right, Lucas Klein of Osage and Kelvin Geyer of North Fayette Valley.
Sawyer in on a shot and gets his 2 points. Nice double leg takedown. Tyler Sawyer 8-2 and the number 3 seed in the tournament. Tyler Sawyer moving out to the side with an arm bar. Got the wrist, far wrist, bar on the near side.
No score yet between Klein of Osage and Geyer of North Fayette Valley.
Now Sawyer comes out trying to run that arm bar over the head, and he does. He's over the head now. Dwayne Lunford, the officials, still counting off the back points. Eisler from St. Ansgar kicking and twisting pretty early, and he gets the fall. Exactly 1 minute. Tyler Sawyer, Turkey Valley, over Sterling Eisler. 1 minute fall.
And they're moving back to 126.
Back to 126 now.
Here is Osage's Lucas Klein now with a 2-0 lead on Kelvin Geyer of North Fayette Valley on the red mat here in the semifinals at 170. There'll be Luke Dixon and Brock Sorensen, the other semifinal to go there.
And here we've got Chase Hubka from Decorah against the number 4 seed, Luke Mossman from South Winn. Chase, a freshman. Mossman, a sophomore, with a 2-1 record, 2-1 record. Chase's record 0-0. And battling head-to-head there in the middle of the mat.
And Dave, I'll be doing an update on the radio here pretty soon, so I'll let you take care of both ends of things for a moment. So,
and in this case here, Mossman with the 4th seed, but Hubka the 5th, basically what we'd call the 5th seed. And that's a situation where a lot of times coaches figure they'll just let the kids fight it out here and see who's really best. Over on Darren's mat, we got Osage and North Fayette Valley. Now, Mossman, South Winn on a takedown, over Chase Hubka, leads 2-0, 126. 170 on Darren's mat.
There are lights on the vehicle. Mitchell County plates. AML 951. Mitchell County
On
AML
gray mat over here,
51.
Mossman, South Winn, riding Chase Hubka pretty tough toward the edge of the mat. His arm tied up pretty good. They go out of bounds. We've got Osage Klein standing up, taking North Fayette Valley right to his back off the edge of the mat, but he gets 1 for an escape. Lost control there as they went out of bounds. Nice sit by Chase Hubka, but nice follow through by Mossman, South Winn. Hubka on his feet looking for hand control. Got hand control now. Mossman gets a stalling call because he doesn't take him down quite fast enough. Not a call I really like to see. I think Mossman was doing all he could. And The fact that he got Chase Hubka down right after the stalling call hit, I don't think had anything to do with the stalling call. He was working on it. Now he's riding the wrist really tough in the top position. And it looks like over on the red mat, North Fayette Valley just got a fall over Klein from Osage.
Wrestling on the red mat at 170 pounds.
And we're at the end of the first period with a 2-0 lead for Luke Mossman over Chase Hubka.
Number 5, New Hampton taking on William Miller of North Fayette Valley semifinals.
And we're going to start the second period here on our feet. And on the other mat here, it looks like we're going to have Luke Dixon up against Brock Sorensen, the number 2 seed from Denver Tripola. We're still 2-0 over here. And Mossman goes in after a takedown here and takes Hubka to the mat for a 4-0 lead. Ty's got tying up the arms pretty good, got the legs split. Looks like working for a half, but we're well out of bounds, so there's nothing going to happen here. And out they go and back to the center.
Denver Tripola, Carter Hubka winning by 10 falls, 16-0 and 448 over Noah Meineke of Osage. At 100
and then we come back to the middle of the mat for a restart. Mossman on top. Nice sit out by Hubka, but we just sat out and haven't done anything since. And Mossman working for hand control around the waist, brings Hubka back to his knees. And riding the arms pretty tough on top.
At 132, Devin Scorsese
and still riding the arms.
32 over Blake Rochelle.
Chase working hard to break the arms, but tries to sit out again. Comes back to his base, but Mossman follows him. Mossman out to the side now. Chase Hubka been able to grab a leg, but Mossman has a crossface and a wrist underneath. Now Hubka gets back to his knees, back to his base. And it turns in. Got back on his feet now, turning in. He's got the leg, switches to a double. Double. Drives the double across, and Chase Hubka's got the takedown on, got the reversal actually, on Mossman. Luke Mossman underneath, working back to his base. Scoring off 4-2. Got a claw ride on now, on the top. Mossman working towards his feet. Can't quite make it. Chase Hubka get a little high, but the whistle blows. It's going to be Mossman's choice. He's probably going down. Let's see. Yep. It goes down, leading 4-2 over Chase Hubka. And Hubka riding pretty tough on top. A tight waist. Nice. Comes up for Hubka, sitting out, standing up. Mossman on his feet now, turns to face him. He gets a 1-point takedown, makes it 5-2. Now we need to take down, but Mossman's in on a leg. And Mossman drives across, changes to a double, drives across, and he's got a 2-point takedown, makes it 7-2. Now he's working hard on top, looking up. On the other mat, we've got Dixon on 170 out against the second seed from Denver Tripola. Brock Sorensen. And now we've got Butcher here on the arms tied up, taking Chase Hubka to his back, getting back points now. Mossman out over the head, and he gets the fall.
Wrestling on the green mat 126 pounds.
Dixon and
Gertz, New Hampton, 126.
Brock Sorensen still out here. Nothing. Sorensen's in on head inside single. Take Dixon to the mat, and he's Sorensen's leading 2-0. On the gray mat, looks like maybe we're still at 26. And we've got...
I'm back. Did you miss me?
Did you? Ah, good for you.
Well, Mossman just got the victory at 126 pounds, and over here at 170.
On deck, on the green mat,
It's Brock Sorensen, the number 2 seed for Denver Trappola. Sorensen went now with a 2-0 lead on Luke Dixon of Decorah with 20 seconds left in the first period. Kelvin Geyer of North Fayette Valley got a fall over here on the gray mat as well. He defeats Lucas Klein of Osage in 3:03.
And now we got on 26 here, we have Chance Cota from Waukon. Cota just lost by fall to Keaton Geertz from New Hampton. Quick fall first period. Geertz, the second seed.
Part of that kind of murderer's row New Hampton
New
has
Hampton,
on the bottom of their lineup. So I believe we'll move up to 38 now on your end of things. Jared Kerr of North Fayette Valley and Jacob Ling of South Wind. And starting
Kerr, the number 1 seed, is right in on a quick takedown. He's got the leg tied up pretty good. Hasn't got the points yet, but now he's got them. And Kerr leads Jacob Ling, South Wind, 2-1. Ling, he just turns Ling loose, lets him stand up, comes right back in on that head inside single again. Ling trying to push the head down, comes to his feet. Kerr's got the leg and finishes the takedown, leading 4-1.
And Luke Dixon trailing here at 170 with Blake
on a shot.
5-1. Dixon in deep on a shot right in front of Coach Friedoff and Coach Adams. Trying to whiz her out of it is Sorensen. He's able to do it as they go out of bounds. 5-1 Sorensen, 1:31 left in the second period.
Kerr is in on another takedown. This time he kept the he's got a half in, finishes the takedown in a half, and Ling has tried to turn out of it. Kerr doing a pretty good job reversing the half, putting head pressure on. Ling gets back to his base. Kerr just turns him loose, got the 3-point back, 1-point escape. Makes it looks like about 9-2 on the board.
Kerr, the number 1 seed at 120 or at 138. Still a couple of 126 matches to go. We're a little bit out of order due to some pigtail matches. This is an 11-team bracket, and we had about 8 pigtail matches beforehand. So those were ones where you had to win a match to get to the bracket of 8.
And of course requires some rest.
Yep. 45 minutes required in between matches.
And period comes to an end with Kerr leading 11-3 over Jacob Ling from South Wind, Kerr from North Fayette Valley. And unsurprisingly, Ling from South Wind deferred and Kerr chose neutral. I think he has 5 takedowns first period. So
after some blood time, Sorensen still with 5-1 lead on Luke Dixon. Dixon down in on a leg. Wasn't able to cover before Sorensen goes out of bounds. Sorensen kind of just took a right turn right out of bounds. Gene Adams asking for a stall call, but not getting it.
Kerr, he's in on another takedown. Got it and trying to lock up a cradle now. Now he's got the cradle locked up. Beginning to getting back points. Now he's come over the head with the cradle and got the fall. So Jared Kerr of North Fayette Valley gets the fall in the minute 23 left in the second period.
So Kerr moves on.
Second round, or to the semis. Looks like Luke Dixon put up a pretty good battle with the second seeds. Sorensen's a tough kid.
Sorensen with another takedown to make it an 8-1 lead there with 30 seconds left in the second period. And I think there will be another 38 matchup here.
Yeah, it looks like maybe it'll be Cutter Bruce from St. Ansgar against Brett Barker from Osage. Another 4th and 5th seed matchup here. These are pretty good matches here. But, kids.
And Sorensen just got the fall on Luke Dixon at 170 pounds. The fall occurring in 354. So Sorensen will take on Tyler Sawyer of Turkey Valley. So I think we're going to have the 26 pounders that are remaining on the red mat.
We've got Cutter Bruce in on a takedown against Brett Barker from Osage. It's kind of one of those takedowns you weren't sure who was going to fall down. They were both locked up together on their feet, and it turned out that Bruce got a trip, and now Barker has come up off the bottom with a reversal. So should be, I think, 4-2. Only gets 2 points up on the board, but it looks like Bruce should have had 2 back on that takedown. The Barker Osage is on top right now, got a leg in, they stand up. And
cleaning up some blood here on the red mat.
Bruce shakes him off over his head and comes up on top. I'm thinking it should be 6-2 right now. Yeah, there it goes. Bruce has a cradle, takes Barker back, but he takes him back so fast they just roll through. So he didn't get anything out of it. But now he gives up the cradle.
A little bit of confusion on who to call at 126. Derek Fox of Osage, Danny Wander of North Fayette Valley will be the matchup over here on the red mat. Fox, the number 1 seed from Osage at 7-2, the sophomore.
Bruce is trying to put a cradle on, but he loses control, and Barker comes back up on top. And the score is 6-4. Shouldn't really be that close. Carter Bruce from St. Ansgar has really kind of been dominating the match, but then all of a sudden he loses control of Brett Barker. Barker comes up on top, and Barker pins him. Stuffed his head, half on, stuffed the head, and Brett Barker, the 5th seed, wins over Cutter Bruce from St. Ansgar in a fall.
And he will take on Jared Kerr of North Fayette Valley for the semifinals at 136. We're back to 126. In the mat to our right, Fox has taken a 2-0 lead on his opponent, Danny Wander, the freshman from North Fayette Valley. And a whistle and a stalemate at 1:14 with 1:14 left here in the first period.
Resting on the gray mat at 138 pounds, Brett Barker, Osage, Cutter Bruce, and Ansgar.
Yeah, there's calling
they
Bruce.
just called the match that was just completed. So
yeah.
So sometimes what the bout card says and what comes up on the computer are two different things.
Looks like maybe we should have Reichs, Turkey Valley, and Tom Kanoki, but that looks like kind of what.
As long as we got some action going on here, here is Derek Fox with a wing and a wrist. He's got Wander on his back right now here at 126 pounds, and there's the fall. Fox gets the fall in 1:27, and he will move on to the semifinals at 1:26, and he will take on Luke Mossman of South Wind, who got the fall on Chase Hubka for Decorah. So the next match, I think that should be up here at 126, should be Caleb Wilson of Denver Tripola and Riley Wandra, who won the pigtail match earlier today. So a couple of organizational issues at the present time, but you know what? These things happen. I mean, it's sometimes you're actually, let's see, you got New Hampton and Elkader Central here at 138. Ryan Gorman and Ted Hilgerson is the matchup there. So still with one to wrestle at 126 pounds there. So
that must be what the holdup is over here.
And I think perhaps the pigtail causing some organizational confusion there.
Because Reichs is out here ready to go. Looks like
Wrestling on
Decorah could be.
126, Caleb Wilson, Denver Trapola.
And now it's going to be the 126 quarterfinal with Wilson and Wandra over on your mat there, Dave.
Okay.
So Gorman has taken a 2-0 lead on Ted Hilgerson. Ryan Gorman for New Hampton and Hilgerson for Elkader Central in the mat to our right.
And it looks like we're going to have Caleb Wilson, 4th seed from Denver Trapola, 5'4" score, 5'4" record, a freshman, against Riley Wandra, a sophomore from St. Ansgar with no record.
57 seconds left here at 138 between Hilgerson and Gorman. Gorman restarts in the top position, leading by a 2-0 margin.
And we got Wilson in a front headlock here against Riley Wander from St. Ansgar. Wilson trying to get around behind, circling. Wander doing a pretty good job of keeping head to head. Caleb Wilson, Denver Trapola, the 3rd seed. Caleb Wilson working a front headlock, and then he comes up to a half Nelson. Puts Wander on his back. Wander almost rolled him through, but Wilson recovered. And Wilson's got to extend that far arm. Wander doing a pretty good job of holding the far shoulder up off the mat. Wilson getting up chest to chest now. Now he comes up over the top and going for that Saturday night ride, but he gets the fall. So we've got Wilson, Denver Trapola by a fall.
And the fall occurring in a minute 1. Gorman still leading at the end of the first period by a 2-0 margin here at 138 pounds. And now you're going to have Tom Reichs and Tom Kanoki.
Yep. Cale Reichs, Tom Kanoki.
Or Cale Reichs, yeah.
Yep. Cale Reichs, 8-4, the 3rd seed. Tom Kanoki, 3-8, and 9th grader. No seed.
And of course, with Turkey Valley today, you got to say which Reichs, because half the lineup are Reichs today.
Well, then you got and you got North Fayette Valley too.
Yep.
Kanoki's in on a shot.
Locked hands.
Tom Kanoki, hand locked around the legs. Cale Reichs locked up around the waist, hipped in, and Cale Reichs got the takedown.
A 3-0 lead now for Gorman of New Hampton, who restarted the second period in the down position. Locked hands violation for Ted Hilgerson on the way up. Gorman able to get to his feet right here, and Tom Reichs got Tom Kanoki in trouble over there.
Cale Reichs.
I will get it right eventually.
Yeah, Cale Reichs hipped in really hard. It was our shot. Our shot. We should have had the takedown. Cale Reichs hipped in, took us over backwards to our back. Got to have moved into a headlock, and gets the fall. Minute 11 seconds on the clock.
1:06 left in the second period over here at 138 with Ryan Gorman of New Hampton leading by a 5-0 lead on Ted Hilgerson of Elkader Central.
And the way the bracketing is set up here in this tournament, you can lose first round, go all the way back to 3rd. So kids got to keep wrestling. And you see that happen once in a while.
And if you're looking at it from a team perspective, tournaments are won on the backside of the bracket.
Yep.
And over there at 45, you'll have Luis Uribe of South Win and Jordan Haben of Denver Trapola.
And
Uribe, a first-team All-State defensive lineman. You don't see that out of a 45-pounder too often.
No. And he hits a freight trade double and takes Haben down to the mat. Start back in the center. Uribe's on top. And Uribe, 4th seed, 4-2 record, senior. Riding pretty hard. And now he comes in. He got the leg traps going in for a 3/4 Nelson. Leg gets free, and Haben to Denver Pola. It's out for an escape. Uribe down on a head outside single. Nice high crotch move there, but hasn't been able to pull it in. And Haben sprawls, and they go out of bounds. And both up.
End of the second period, Ryan Gorman at 1:38 for New Hampton with the 6-0 lead on Ted Hilgerson of Elkader Central.
Oh, nice duck under by Uribe, but Haben squares up. Doesn't get anything out of it, but nice move. Very quick.
Oh, by the way,
very quick.
What's that? Hi. How you doing, Darren? Good. How are you, buddy?
Oh, and Uribe gets out of position. Haben goes behind, but Uribe turns facing real quickly and pulls down on the head. Got a good front headlock. Around the edge of the mat. That was out of bounds, ref.
Yeah. We had a
1 foot of each wrestler. But they come back to the center now. Uribe on the head. Comes down, gets 2.
8-0 lead for Ryan Gorman of New Hampton here at 1:38 in the quarterfinals. Off to our right.
And Haben sits. Uribe hangs on. Haben gets back to his feet. Uribe locks up behind, pulls him over backwards, and takes Haben to the mat. And it's the end of the first period with 4-0. Lewis Uribe ahead of Jordan Haben, Denver Tripola.
Ryan Gorman of New Hampton with an 8-1 lead on Ted Hilgerson of Elkader Central. And the mat off to our right at 138 pounds. That's 55 seconds left here in the third period.
And Denver Tripola chose up, but Uribe gets right to his feet. Good hand control. And comes back to the mat, but Uribe, as soon as they hit the mat, Uribe turns to face him, comes in on the legs, and he gets a reversal. The 2. So Louis Uribe leading 6-1. Haben gets back to his feet, breaks the hand control, escapes. 6-2 Uribe. And Haben makes kind of a bad shot with his head down. Uribe comes around behind for the takedown.
Gorman has Hilgerson extended and getting back points here with 13 seconds left here in the period. Ryan Gorman at 7-2. He's the 2 seed. Jared Kerr of North Fayette Valley is the 1 seed, but Kerr defeated Gorman last night. 3 points on the back for Ryan Gorman, and Gorman of New Hampton will move on to the semifinals. Gorman with a 13-1 victory. Let's go to 145. Thatcher Goodale of Osage will take on Isaiah Mitchell of Decorah. And Uribe there at 45. The winners of the 2 matches on the mat right now will face each other in the semifinals.
And Uribe gets another 2 points. Leads 10-3 now.
Goodale with the quick takedown. He'll let Isaiah out to make it 2-1. Goodale gets a takedown and now has Isaiah cradled up, but Isaiah able to get the hand free. Goodale lets him up again. It's 4-2, 20 seconds into the period as Goodale circles around and gets another takedown.
I don't think there was ever an escape there, was there?
I guess it wasn't awarded.
No.
I was over officiating with my calling. Give credit to Dennis Bagel for not over officiating there.
No. He really didn't let him face him. Didn't let him react.
Goodale has Isaiah on his back right now. 1:10 left here in the first period.
Our match, Denver Tripola is starting top on the third period. Uribe chose down, leading 10-3.
Goodale
gets up and escapes.
Awarded 3 back points to make it 7-1 with 55 seconds left here in the period.
Uribe now leading 11-3. Start of the third period. over Jordan Hobbin from Denver Tripola. Really very workmanlike, very quick, good position. Comes up from underneath with good hand control. He's been able to escape without any trouble at all. Now he's in on a head inside single and drives across. He's got Hobbin on his butt. No points yet.
Good,
and,
good deal with the fall in a minute 29 on Isaiah Mitchell.
And they go out of bounds with no points scored. Hobbin did a good job of coming to his knees as they went out of bounds, and they're still up.
This Uribe kid, he's just tough. I mean, just I got to do 3 of the Southwind playoff games in football, and a kid that small shouldn't be that good on the defensive line, but he's a chiseled young man, and
he does a good job.
Tough.
Yeah, he did a nice job here. They were down on there. He had Hobbin down on his hands and knees, went around in one way, and then Hobbin tried to follow, and he just turned to change direction. A 2-point takedown, but lets Hobbin out. Should be about 15-5, I think. He got 13-5 up there. 55 seconds left to go. Nice snap down on Uribe's part, going around front headlock, shucks him past, and gets another 2. Now they surely have 15-5 up there.
40 seconds left over there as we are underway at 1:45. This is Drew Bating of New Hampton and Adam Benzing for walk-on. Bating won a pigtail match over Travis Reichs of Turkey Valley earlier on. And they go out of bounds with 1:32 left here in the first period.
Hobbin gets an escape, more of a Uribe release. Uribe snaps him down into a front headlock, goes around, comes out for another takedown. 17-6. And it's pretty hard to beat a guy that can escape at will like Uribe can, and then also get the takedown at will. So Uribe will go on to win, looks like 17-6.
Benzing with a takedown on Bating to make it 2-0 as Uribe sets up a matchup with Thatcher Gooddale of Osage. And Bating and Benzing wrestling one another. Benzing has Bating extended. Has the arm out across the head. He's got control of the shoulder. Bating able to roll through. Benzing awarded 2 back points. It's a 4-0 lead for Adam Benzing with 38 seconds left here in the first period.
And over on this mat, we've got Austin Demuth, North Fayette Valley 4-2 record senior against Dayton Smith from St. Ansgar, no record in a freshman. I was pretty impressed by Demuth last night. I think he wrestled very, very well. He's got just a 3rd seed. Adam Benzing walk on. I think on his past record got the 2nd seed, and this is a situation where a lot of times coaches just say, okay, you take the 2nd seed, we'll take 3rd, and they'll decide in the semifinal round. And Demuth was in on a takedown. They let Smith go, makes it 2-1, down on takedown again, make it 4-1.
And Demuth, the kid with 93 career victories, so he'll be approaching triple digits here in the not-too-distant future. An Adam Benzing 4-0 lead on Drew Bating for New Hampton. Benzing for walk-on at 1:45. And the mat off to our right.
Yeah, he's a good kid for a number 3 seed. But Benzing's a tough kid, too. And he did very well last year. And I'm sure they got in the coaches' meeting and argued a little bit and might have even drawn it, who knows, but not too big a deal because there's nobody in between them that is any better than either one of them, so they will meet, probably will meet in the semifinals. So, back on their feet again, 4-2 lead for Austin Demuth. Nice duck under, and he makes it count, and he gets a 2-point takedown. So now leads 6-2. Austin Demuth over Dayton Smith, St. Ansgar.
Adam Benzing here at 45 in the quarterfinals with a 7-0 lead on Drew Bating. 1:22 left in the second period.
Smith there sits out on this match, but Demuth follows him, brings him back to the mat, and he's got him extended now. Working the arms real hard.
And now Benzing has Bating on his back. 1:06 left here in the second period. And there's the fall. A 3-minute fall for Adam Benzing. Benzing of walk-on, picking up his first win of the season right there in his first match of the season. And Benzing will face the winner of the match on your mat there, Dave.
Yeah, that's probably going to be Austin DeMuth. He's pretty well. He gets 6-2 lead now, completely in charge.
152 pounds. Adam Werzer, New Hampton, Cole, Christopher, Decora. On deck, red mat, 152.
And Benzing's down here in the restart and tries to sit. DeMuth follows nicely, running a tight waist and near wrist. He breaks him down to his belly. Smith sits out. Benzing follows again. The end of the first period, 6-2.
And we are underway here at 152 pounds. Tristan Johnson of Osage with a 2-0 lead on Lane Schnelly of Turkey Valley, and he gets 2 back points as well. Johnson up 4-0. Johnson the top seed for the Osage Green Devils.
And DeMuth started down and come up on the whistle, but Smith drives him out of bounds. Come back to the center. Benzing sits set. DeMuth covers. Benzing again stands up very quickly, breaks the hands, turns and faces Smith for 1-point escape, makes it 7-2.
Out of bounds over here at 152 pounds. 152 pounds with 1:07 left here in the first period. Tristan Johnson up by a 4-0 lead on Lane Schnelly, the sophomore from South Wind.
Now this mat here, they're head-to-head going right on the out-of-bounds line. DeMuth leading 7-2 over Dayton Smith. Smith in on a takedown. Got a hold of DeMuth's legs and then got the takedown. Makes it 7-4.
That's in the quarterfinals at 145 pounds.
And 7-4 lead for Austin DeMuth. And Austin is down, and Smith covers.
And Johnson just recorded the fall in 1:38 on Lane Schnelly. So Tristan Johnson for the Osage Green Devils moves on for a semifinal appearance. And coming up next on this mat will be Cole Christopher of Decorah here at 152. He will take on Adam Werzer of New Hampton.
And Austin DeMuth just stood up and got out. Austin DeMuth has about the fastest stand-up I've ever seen. He's just like he's on a spring. Referee, we hardly even hear the whistle up here till before DeMuth is on his feet. He's very quick. And come out for his escape. Makes it 8-4.
Christopher and Werzer underway. Christopher at 0-3, the junior for Decorah. Werzer at 5-4, the junior for New Hampton. Both men working ties 30 seconds into the match.
I'll give Dayton Smith from St. Ansgar some credit. He's been after Austin DeMuth's feet here a couple times. He's been in, but his shots are a little far away, and he's not afraid to take one shot and then try and snag an ankle on the reshot. So he's now he tries a headlock, doesn't work. DeMuth just pops his head out for an easy takedown here. Makes it 10-4. And in the third period.
No score yet between Christopher and Werzer. Christopher getting to a shot here. Werzer trying to get the hips back. Werzer is in on a leg. Now switching off to a double. Keeps the shoulder pressing in, but they're on the side of the mat, and they go out of bounds with 54 seconds left here in the period. Werzer and Christopher still scoreless first period.
We've got Austin DeMuth on top here to start the third period. Riding pretty hard with a tight waist and wrist. Smith tries to stand up. DeMuth brings him back to his belly. Smith gets his hips back under him. Smith kid, pretty good freshman. Pretty good battle, doing the right things out there, but DeMuth is just too much of a horse for him. And DeMuth trying to tight waist and got a spiral ride with a half. And rolls Smith through, but no points. Trying to get an arm lever, a head lever here. Got it at the head and the armpit and the wrist. And he gives DeMuth a stalling call. Well, he's got the head lever in. Okay.
2-0 the lead here on here for Adam Worzer on New Hampton.
Okay, well, if I'm North Fayette, I'm all for that call because there's no way a stalling call is going to hurt Austin DeMuth, and it might make him mad. And if he does, he'll work all that harder to finish it.
End of the first period over here at 52. Adam Worzer with a 2-0 lead on New Hampton. Christopher's choice, he defers, and Worzer going to take down here in period number 2.
Now DeMuth has got the message from the official. He's still over one leg, but he's really working that arm up around the head. I think he's trying to stuff Smith's elbow in his ear here. He's working that arm really hard. They out of bounds. They call it a stalemate. Now, nice sit out by Smith, but DeMuth follows nicely. Bringing him back down to the mat. Time's up, and it's 10-4. Austin DeMuth over Dayton Smith here at the quarterfinals is a 145-pound weight class.
Should be a pretty good matchup between him and Benzing in the semis.
I think it will be
this afternoon. So let's concentrate on 152 right now. Cole Christopher of Decorah trailing Adam Worzer of New Hampton by a 3-0 margin with 1:04 left in the second period. And over on your mat will be North Fayette Valley and walk-on Tylen Burrow and Lucas Larson.
Larson 0-1. Again, this is a situation where he got the 4th seed, but Tylen Burrow from North Fayette Valley is 1-3. So it's a couple kids that we're going to see. We're going to see who's really the 4th seed here in this match. Both tied up ear to ear. Lucas Larson in on a shot. Comes to his feet. They're rolling around up there, and it looks like Lucas Larson, walk-on, is going to come up on top as they hit the mat. And Burrow still had the whizzer in as they hit the mat. Now he gives it up. And Lucas Larson up 2-0 against Tylen Burrow, North Fayette Valley.
And we come to the end of the second period over here at 152. Cole Christopher of Decorah trailing Adam Worzer of New Hampton by a 2-0 margin.
And we've got Tylen Burrow, North Fayette Valley, come to his feet now against Lucas Larson. Larson brings him back to the mat. Got a half on, coming up over the head. Now he's got to get the hips over. Goes back to work on the hips and lost the half. And covers back up on top, working a wrist again. If Lucas Larson could have kept that half driven deep when he went back, picked up on that near knee.
Here's Christopher with an escape. He's in on a shot, now gets a takedown, and he'll even things up with Adam Worzer of New Hampton. And Christopher and Worzer are 3-3 with 1:27 left here in the third period. Coach Friedoff telling Christopher to cut him. And he does, so Worzer takes a 4-3 lead with 1:18 left in the period.
Now we've got second period, 2-0. Lucas Larson leading, and Larson's going to go down. Tylen Burrow looks like he's nursing a sore right hand. Starts with a tight waist, and going to get a caution.
Here is Christopher in on a takedown and a throw, and he's got back points right now with 48 seconds left in the period. Christopher looking for his first win of the year.
Be a good time to get it.
He's got Adam Worzer on his back right now in the 3 seed and the 6 seed. Christopher has Worzer out on his back, got the arms tied up. He's out chest to chest. There's 25 seconds left in the period, and Cole Christopher gets the fall for Decorah. In 5:35 over Adam Worzer, a 6 seed beating a 3 seed.
We just got a reversal by Lucas Larson to go ahead 4-0 over Tylen Borough of North Fayette Valley. Yeah, that was a big win.
Nice.
Big win.
Once Cole got his motor going there, things were pretty good. And over here on the red mat, it's Josh Tetska of Turkey Valley taking on Creed Kruger of Denver Trapola. Kruger won a pigtail match earlier today at this weight class at 152. Once we're done with this one, we'll move back up to 182.
And we've got Lucas Larson from Waukon with a half, and he's got Tylen Borough on his back. Doesn't have the hips turned though yet. Hard to get the shoulders down. But,
144 left in the period as Kruger has Shatetska on his back.
He's got Tylen Burrow's arms tied up pretty good, and he gets the fall with 35 seconds left to go in the second period. So Larson from Waukon, winner by fall.
And Creed Kruger of Denver Trapola with fall in 30 seconds over Josh Shatetska of Turkey Valley, so he'll go on to wrestle Cole Christopher at 152 pounds.
We're up to 182 pounds here. Looks like we've got Andy Lillegraven against Nick Balmer, the number 1 seed. And Balmer got leg up on Lillegraven, takes him down to the mat for a 2-point takedown.
And they wrestled last night.
Nick Balmer, 6'1" record, pretty tough kid. Well, that was a terrible draw for Andy Lillegraven. There's, the 3rd seed, the 4th seed, both have buys. Yeah, but no, we've got to get right up, right below the top seed.
Over here at 182, South Wind victory, Landers Kaboshik with a pretty quick fall on Kilby Reichs of Turkey Valley. So Kaboshik will move on to take on Dylan Meester of Denver Trapola in the semifinals at 182.
Malmer makes a shot at the edge of the mat. Lillegraven doing a pretty good job of keeping his hips back, and no points scored. They go out of bounds. Malmer in on a shot. Lillegraven starts to counter it. Balmer moves in behind him, lifts him, takes him to the mat for another 2 points, make it 4-1.
And we're underway at 195 over here. The only match of this round at 195, Daniel Ott of Decorah and Joe Malachek of Osage. And Malachek has Ott on his back, 138 left in the period, but Ott tried to escape off the mat. Malachek pulls him back in, ends up getting 2 back points. Dixon turns and faces, but Malachek keeps the underhook.
And here we've got Nick Balmer turning Andy Lillegraven to the edge of the mat there with 21 seconds left in the first period to get the fall. So Nick Balmer pins Andy Lillegraven.
So the semis are set at 182 with Nick Balmer of North Fayette Valley and Marcus Paulus of Osage. Landers Kaboshik of South Wind will take on Dylan Meester of Denver Trapola. Malachek leading 4-0 on Daniel Ott. A Malachek from Osage.
And we're going to come over at 220 here, where we've got Caleb Ring from Osage against Dawson Reagan from Waukon. Caleb Ring, Osage, the number 1 seed.
Malachek leading by a 4-0 margin. He's got the arm locked up on the back, looking to turn him this way. Ott hasn't been able to do it, so Malachek gives up that hold. And Ott gonna get warned for inactivity.
With a ball and chain on?
Well, that was before the ball and chain, and now Ott's going to roll through, but the period's going to come to a close. No points given up. Actually, Ott's going to get credit for the reversal, and frankly, I think that was after the after the triple zeros up on the clock anyway, but Malachek going to be leading 4-2 as we go to period number 2.
That was only a 1-point mistake by the official because we'd at least had the 1.
Yeah.
The loss of control, so. Sure would have been nice to head back, though.
Exactly.
Over on the...
To be fair on that end of things, Ott got hit for inactivity before the ball and
Is that right? Before the ball
and
got locked up? Okay.
I got to be fair.
Okay. Well, that's the same official that did it over here on my map.
Exactly.
So he wouldn't know better. He wouldn't know any better. Now we got Dan Ring, or Caleb Ring, excuse me. Caleb Ring putting Dawson Reagan on his back for the fall.
55 seconds the time.
Yep. First period.
Trailing 4-2. He's in on a leg of Malachek. Malachek goes to the ankle to try to control that. He's able to break Ott down, cover him up, and get the takedown. Now he's working a wing and a wrist, looking to get some back points in this situation. 1:10 left here in the second period. Ott trailing by a 6-2 margin. Winner of this one will take on Isaac Schiedenhelm, the top seed for Denver Tripola.
Now we've got Noah Hopp against Carter Zidlicki. Noah Hopp from New Hampton. Rematch battle last night. And it was a pretty good battle last night, but Noah Hopp came out on top and gets the third seed. A little elbow pass there by Hopp, but Zidlicki faces him. They go out of bounds.
43 seconds left here in the second period at 195. Ott trailing by a 6-2 margin.
It was a pretty good battle last night, Carter Zidlicki and Noah Hopp. Hopp snaps Zidlicki down, then Zidlicki comes back to his feet.
Malachek keeping the shoulder pressure in. 19 seconds left here in the second period, still leading 6-2, Dave.
Zidlicki made a half move to the outside single, but Hopp just circled with him, and Zidlicki tries a slide by there. They go out of bounds.
We're coming to the end of this first period, of course, at 195. Isaac Schiedenhelm got a 5, as did Jordan Romas of South Win, Alex Lukes of New Hampton. Of course, Romas probably one of the better athletes here in Northeast Iowa, and giving wrestling a try here senior year.
That's good. Good to see. And Hopp just drove Zidlicki out of bounds and come back to the center.
Suppose having guys like Ryan Hogman right around his weight class doesn't hurt.
Can't hurt. It's too bad he doesn't have 3 years of experience coming in. That made a lot of difference. That was Zidlicki down on a head inside single, brings Hopp's leg up. Hopp's got a whizzer in, trying to block it. Zidlicki's got to take him backwards now. Hopp's hopping right around here. Zidlicki again got the head inside single, tries to turn Hopp backwards, but they're going around in circles. And then he tries to move up into a body lock, and they go out of bounds. That's really too bad because Zidlicki was in deep on that head inside single, had the leg up. Boy, should have been nice to have that takedown.
Ott getting a stall, his second stall call against him, so a point awarded to Joe Malachek of Osage. Malachek leading by a 7-2 margin. Now Malachek with the arms tied up, trying to step over the head. Right in front of the Decorah corner, he's able to get 2 back points, I guess. 9-2 the score with 1:03 left here in the third period.
Well, Hopp takes a stalling warning on his feet here. He's kind of blocking off, hanging on, and I think Zidlicki got a little credit there from the referee for that, picking up that leg and that head inside single. Hopp's going to go down, start the second period, 0-0. The score, 220 pounds. Hopp comes up with a tripod. Zid, nice job taking him back to the mat. Zid riding him tough, got him extended and flat. And, pretty parallel with him, but Zidlicki just basically laying on his belly with his arms out in front of him, and we're going to get a stalling call. And that's because we're riding parallel with him.
9-2 the lead. Daniel Ott trailing Joe Malachek of Osage here at 195. 15 seconds left here in the third period.
Hopp starts down. Zidlicki covers. And Hopp tries a tripod. Zidlicki drives him forward.
And another stall against Daniel Ott, and that's going to be that for the 95 pounds quarterfinal match as Joe Malachek of Osage wins by major decision 10-2 over Daniel Ott of Decorah. And next in line over on this mat will be Mitchell Smith of St. Ansgar and Jordan Baumler for North Fayette Valley.
Zidlicki riding pretty tough on top. Out to the side now. Hops up back up to his base. Zidlicki grabs an ankle and drives Hop down flat. And got Zidlicki working an inside wrist. Puts Hop to the mat. Hop gets his wrist free. Zid trying to crossface there. Hop basically just laying there, spread eagled out on the mat. He should be getting a stalling call pretty quick. Zid still is covering one leg, and that's probably what's holding the official up. Official Dwayne Lundvet from Decorah. Now Zid moves out to the side, gets an arm up on the back, hand in the crotch, trying to stretch him out, and going to drive him off the mat that way. And it's just about time the guy on the bottom should get a stalling call. And that'll be a point. He's had one stalling call already, as have Zidlicki. So Zidlicki covers, and the referee blows whistle. He comes up in the tripod again. This time he moves his feet a little bit more and gets out face Carter, and score now is 1-0. Logan 1-0 Hop. Noah Hop. And Zidlicki in on a shot, but Hop hits a headlock. Comes out on top for a Hop, and Hop hits a headlock, and Carter Zidlicki slips it and ends up on the top as they go out of bounds. So right at the edge of the mat with 1.9 seconds left. What a time to score. That's time management.
Yep. 2-1 lead for Zidlicki over there as they're continuing to decide who needs to wrestle over here on the red mat. So time is stick with yours.
Time is up, and Zid chooses down for the last period, leading 2-1.
By the way, right now, Osage, your team leader with 57 points. North Fayette Valley second, 55. New Hampton third with 53. Decorah is in fourth with 50.5. Denver Trapola is in 47. They are in fifth. Walk-On is in sixth with 39 points. South Win is in seventh with 37 points.
Zidlicki just came to his feet to take a 3-1 lead against Noah Hop.
Turkey Valley in 8th with 24 points. St. Ansgar in 9th with 17 points right now. And Elkader Central is in 10th with 7 points. As a hard hit into the scorer's table over there. The laptop almost went flying. The scoreboard almost went flying.
Hop turned into Zidlicki and drove Zidlicki out of bounds right into the table. They're pretty big boys. Looks like they got the computer set back up again. And
okay, we are ready to go over here at 2:20 with Mitchell Smith of St. Ansgar and Jordan Baumler from North Fayette Valley. Smith won a pigtail match by fall against Jackson Lukes of South Win earlier today.
And here's a situation where Zidlicki's got to really keep good position. He doesn't have to take down, but he can't back out of bounds like that. There he circles back in. Keeps Hop to the edge of the mat. And coaches tell him to work the head, work the head, work the head. And snap him down, snap him down. That's what Zidlicki's got to do. Hop lowered his level. Looked like he thought about a shot. Zid did a nice job of coming down with his hands, block it off. They're both working head to head now. Zidlicki, Hop kind of makes a shot towards pushes Zidlicki out of bounds there, so the push out.
Jordan Baumler with the 2-1 lead on Mitchell Smith. Baumler for North Fayette Valley and Smith for St. Ansgar leading 2-1.
Both boys fighting for inside control, forehead to forehead. A lot of people think this is a dull match, but it's not. I mean, these kids are fighting for position really, really hard. They're not getting in there ear to ear. Ear to ear ties kind of a lockup. There, Zidlicki tried to slide by. Hop came in after him to dive in. Now we go to the edge of the mat, and Zidlicki's coming around. Both wrestlers, Zidlicki's on top, coming around. And that's not two. That's not two. One of Hop's feet went out of bounds.
And it's going to be 3-3, 12 seconds left here in the third
3-3
period.
with 12 seconds. Now Zidlicky's got to get up and get out right now in 12 seconds. He stand up, Hop rides the ankle. And now Zidlicky turns, comes to his feet, 2 seconds left. He's coming up, faces him, he gets the point. No, he says no.
It was after the...
Hop's arm went past the center line of Zidlicky's back before the time was up. That should have been 1 point.
Hey, we got overtime over there, David.
We got overtime instead. Oh, man. As far as I'm concerned, Zidlicky was ripped twice here in this match. That once on the takedown and once on this escape he didn't get. Anyway, 3-3.
Baumler has a 2-1 lead on Mitchell Smith. Baumler for North Fayette Valley, Smith for St. Ansgar, 2-1 as we go to the second period.
You got to bounce, Hop with an underhook, forces Zidlicky out. Now conditioning really comes into play.
And frankly, it's been a question with Carter in the past.
Well, I don't know how Noah Hops is either, so he looks pretty tired too. Zid tries to make a shot. Hop comes in, going to charge him, and try to drive him over. Zid covers nicely, faces him, they go out of bounds. We got 6 seconds left.
15 actually. You got
15. I got a bar in the way there. 15 seconds left. Again, both boys fighting for head position. Get a little, just forehead to forehead. Nice slide by Zid, but didn't quite get it. Hop turned to face him. Now we toss the coin. We're going to have choice. And we're going to go down. No, we're going to defer. That way we get choice.
Welcome
second
to the
tiebreaker.
rodeo round.
Yeah. Okay.
Smith and Baumler. It's still Baumler 2-1 here at 2:20 in the second period.
Hop tries to come up in a tripod stance, but Zid comes out to the side. Zidlicky comes out the side, breaks him down. Had Hop on it. Hop has moved back now to his base. Zidlicky's got a tight waist. Hop tries to sit back into him. Oh, I don't like this. We're getting into we got into his lap, and Hop come across the top, changed off to a headlock, and got us on our back. He's counting back points and pins us. Oh. Well, I said coming into the match that I thought this was one we could probably win, and it certainly is one that we could have won. But a couple calls there that really didn't go our way, and a little out of position there on the overtime.
Jordan Baumler still leading 5-1 on Mitchell Smith of St. Ansgar. Baumler for North Fayette Valley here at 2:20, leading 5-1 heading to the third period. I believe Orr and Klusman of Elkader and Denver Tripola, respectively. Got to be over on your mat there, David.
Yeah. And Dominic Klusman, 4'4", junior from Denver Tripola, and Kenny Orr, a 2-1 record, second seed, quickly takes Klusman down to the mat. And
apparently a little discrepancy in the scoring over here at the end of the second period, so you can keep going with your mat there, David.
Okay. It's looks so far it's Orr all the way. Orr looks quite a little bigger than Klusman. I don't think Klusman is a genuine 220-pounder, but yeah, Isaac Schendelhelm from Denver Tripola is the number 1 seed at 195. That's why Dominic Klusman is up at 220. And Schendelhelm, number 1 seed, of course. And obviously forces Klusman up to 220, but he's not that big by any means.
A 5-1 lead for Nick Baumler on Smith. With a minute 43 left here in the third period.
And on top of it, Klinsman's got his shoulder wrapped pretty tight, so he's obviously not up to full speed. And this Kenny Orr is a well-built 220-pounder. He's in fact, he's a big boy up at 220. And headgear comes off, so they go back to center of the mat and fix it.
.117 left here in the third period. North Fayette Valley's Jordan Baumler still leading 5-1 on Mitchell Smith of St. Ansgar. We're down to, after this one, we're down to 4 matches left during the first round of competition.
And Orr is riding Klinsman real hard on top. Coming across into a crossface now. Klinsman's on his belly. And Orr needs to get out to the side. It looks like that's where he's going. Klinsman, good job of getting his hips back up. Second period to start. Klinsman decides he's going to go up. I wouldn't go under that big guy either. So
34 seconds left here in the third period. Jordan Baumler, I should say, for North Fayette Valley with a 5-1 lead on Mitchell Smith. He's trying to set up a matchup with the top seed Caleb Ring of Osage at 220 pounds.
Kenny Orr, Elkader Central, up in a tripod situation where Dominic Klinsman kind of trying to hang on, brings him back to his base. Klinsman, Denver Tripola still hanging on the top, looking for a cradle. Orr doing a pretty good job of hand control, though. He's probably not going to get it. And there comes Orr up into a tripod stance, comes up, stands up. Kind of sits back into Klinsman. Klinsman just rolls through and follows him, and they end up on top just like where they started.
And Balmer has just won 5-1 over here at 220, so he'll move on to the 220 semifinals against Smith of St. Ansgar.
And again, Orr stands up. Klinsman tripped him back to mat, but Orr comes up on top. Gets a reversal and reverses Klinsman right to his mat. So Kenny Orr on the edge of the mat here. That Klinsman on his back.
South Winneshiek, New Hampton.
Now Klinsman turns him in, going to turn him in. Klinsman's got Kenny Orr has the cradle, and Orr's got to get on top of him. No, he's not going to get anything there. And ref blows the whistle, gives him 3 near fall points, and I'm really not too sure why, because Klinsman's shoulders were still in bounds. I was the Elkader Central coach. I think I'd have to talk about that. Anyway, they're back to the center of the mat with Kenny Orr on
we're
top.
We're over here at 285. We've got Brady Heisenkite of Denver Tripola with an early takedown on Karen Harrington of North Fayette Valley. Heisenkite, the top seed, undefeated at 10-0, a senior.
Okay, start the third period. It's 11-1. Kenny Orr decides to take up. Klinsman makes kind of a shot. Bad move, because now he's down, and Orr just comes on top and crunches him and got him down extended on his belly now.
Well, you'll be on double duty here for a second.
Okay.
Got to do the real job for a couple of seconds.
Okay, got to get that radio report in. Okay, Denver Tripola heavyweight here. Pretty good on real low shots. Goes right down on the ankle of the heavyweight from North Fayette Valley. And Looks like 4-1 now. Denver Tripola Heavy over North Fayette Valley, and the Denver Tripola Heavy is quite a little bit smaller too. But he's got a good low level, real low level shot. He catches that knee right with his shoulder and traps the ankle or the heel. And now he's getting back, got an arm up behind the back, and the Denver Tripola Heavyweight's getting back points. Over on my mat, Kenny Orr from Elkader is just riding the snot out of this Dominic Kuhlman. He's much smaller, but still 11-1 the score. And we've got Denver Tripola Heavy with North Fayette Heavy on his back and ended up pinning him. And so it's the Denver Tripola over North Fayette Valley by a fall in the heavyweight match. We got 25 seconds left, and looks like Kenny Orr is in charge on top of Dominic Klusman, who's put up a real good battle here. Dominic's 4'4", the junior, and probably be a pretty good wrestler at a weight class or two lower. But doing what he can do for the team out here at 220 pounds. And who knows? If you get somebody a little farther down than the second seed, he might score some points. And I'm sure he'll probably maybe score some team points for Denver Tripola. So anyway, looks like 11-1 over with Kenny Orr over Dominic Klusman from Denver Tripola up at 220 pounds. Looks like we got heavyweight match over here on the other mat. 285. I think we've got South Winneshiek. Looks like against New Hampton. And that would be Kip from South Win against Lincoln Weber from New Hampton, and South Win's got him on his got to take down 2 points. Should have 2 back also. So 4-0. Ethan Kip from South Win over Lincoln Weber from New Hampton. Now Kip put a cradle on. He's got Weber up on his back, changes, let's go with the cradle, gets into a headlock. Now he's got the headlock and he gets the pin. So Kip from South Win wins by fall over Lincoln Weber from New Hampton. And so that waiting for another match to come up. Both mats are empty right now. We'll see who they call. But those matches like that, we matched up terribly against New Hampton last night. They're so strong in the lighter weights, but maybe we can get some help here in the upper weights, kind of even things out a little bit. Be an interesting tournament to see who comes out where in the end. Now we've got Cole Headington against the 4th seed Ori Leggett from Osage. And again, we're 3-7, and the Leggett is 7-3, and good, nice double shot. The freight train double by Cole Headington takes Leggett to the mat. Leggett recovers, and he's on his base now, but Cole Headington leads 2-0. And it looks like Leggett would like to roll, but we're kind of behind him. It's hard to roll the guy when he's right behind you, so that's not going to work. Headington on top, trying to tie up the arms. Got a tight waist on. Looked like he could be looking for some wrist control, but he's not. Now he's got a wrist. Leggett takes it away. Cole on top with a tight heel with a tight waist, almost brought Leggett's hips over, didn't manage to. Leggett got a leg braced out on the other side, and we drive him out of bounds, and there's no point scored. So Leggett's going to go back down. Looks like we got another match over here. We got St. Ansgar, Sawyer Holzheiser against Stefan Remude from Waukon. So anyway, Cole Headington still on top. Leggett of Osage tried to work hand control, and Cole still riding that waist. Trouble with riding the waist there on a heavyweight is you really can't get all the way around, and so we're still holding him down. Now Leggett gets hand control, comes to his feet, and gets away. So Leggett scores a point. Over on the other mat, we've got Sawyer Holzheiser from St. Ansgar, the quick fall over Stefan Ramoud from Walk On. Now basically just took him down, turned him to his back, and pinned him just a few seconds. So we have the second seed, Holzheiser, winning here.
Marcus Bowles of Osage with a first round bye.
So both boys on their feet on the gray mat here, Headington and Leggett. Headington leading 2-1, and Leggett decides to go down. And so Cole Headington covers. Match underway. Leggett kind of tried to crawl away from him. Headington comes up pretty high, a lot of pressure over the shoulders, but Leggett is still on his base. I think sometimes in matches like this we need to get out to the side a little farther and clear the hips so you can pull the hips over on these big heavyweights. And but Cole is still on top, looking for a wrist, but Leggett tries to start to work hand control, and they're right on the edge of the mat now. Headington trying to put some head pressure on, get out to the side, but he's still across the leg though. And bring the leg out.
North Fayette Valley, also Ethan Kipp of South Wind, and won by fall over Lincoln Weber of New Hampton. Sawyer Holzheiser.
Restart here, and Headington still on top. And over Leggett, and Leggett gets to his feet. Cole brings him back to the mat. And Cole Headington on top. I mean, this is kind of a ride. I just hate this. As far as I'm concerned, the guy on top, he's got to break him down and pound him. But Cole basically just hanging on, but he's hanging on out to the side, and Leggett isn't doing much to get up. So I don't think either one of them, I guess, have attracted the attention of the official, so he's just going to let him go. If that's the way they want to wrestle, I guess that's the way they're going to wrestle. But anyway, Leggett gets to his feet in the tripod stance, but Cole hooks the leg and brings him back to the mat. And Leggett's been able to stay on his base. He got on his knees, but Cole got put a lot of pressure over the shoulders, keeping his head and shoulders down, and he's riding across that leg, and he's doing a pretty good job. Now he's clear out to the side. He's off the leg, clear out to the side with 27 seconds to go. Leggett still hands and knees. I'm not sure Leggett knows much except that tripod stand up, and he's not very aggressive with that. And the official puts both hands out like, boy, somebody do something. Dwayne Lund, but the official, and I don't think he a lot of times you see a referee call a double stall, and I've never liked that because it kind of indicates to the referee that apparently somebody's doing more than somebody else, and apparently you can't see it. It's kind of a cheap call, but I understand the official's frustration in a situation like this, but Dwayne wouldn't do it. And we're going down. Start third period.
Headington leading by a 2-1 margin on Leggett.
2-1, and we're going down. That's a pretty good position. But we got to get up and get out. And Leggett rides high, and then Cole turns and comes up and faces him. And so Headington's ahead now 3-1.
This will be the final match of the first round.
And both of them head-to-head in the middle of the mat. And while 3-1, a heavyweight match is not too bad a position to be in. You have to remember that at the 220-pound match, I think that's where Zidlick was too, and ended up losing it in overtime. So
As of right now, Osage is your team leader with 65 points. New Hampton and North Fayette Valley tied for second with 62. Decorah is in fourth with 53.5. Denver Trapola in fifth with 47. Walk-On sixth with 39. Southwind is in seventh with 37. Turkey Valley in eighth with 31. And St. Ansgar ninth, 17. Elkader Central is in 10th with 13 points.
And of course, most of the points at this stage of the tournament are points earned during the match.
Yep.
Bonus points and the like. Placement points haven't really started. They're the big points, and they really haven't started entering into it yet. So it'll be pretty early to call the tournament at this time. But, but those teams, those four teams, yeah, I figured coming into the tournament they'd be the ones to watch. They'd be the ones to have a chance at it.
Cole still leading by a 3-1 margin.
And we get a stall call.
33 seconds left. Hasn't been a overly compelling match to this point. Here it's Cole in on a shot.
And, you know, he really doesn't have to do that. You know, you get extended. He can take a stall call. Stall call now will cost him a point, but that'll be 2-1. Or excuse me, that'll be 3-2. And, hey, I'd rather win at 3-2 than go down on your belly and let the guy get behind you and end up being 3-3 and going into overtime. We walk into a headlock. And Leggett headlocks him to his back. The officials counting here. And we're not going to get off our back in the next second, so it's going to end up 6-3. Leggett.
And Leggett will move on to the second round of competition of the semifinals as he throws Cole Headington late and gets the victory because
6-3.
of that.
And those are the things that really hurt. And that was Osage against Decorah. Yep. And so, you know, that's, things like that hurt badly. Matches like that's the ones you need to have if you're going to win a tournament.
So I believe they're taking a little, it might just be about a 5-minute break to this point. And let's just preview the semifinal matchups at all of the weight classes right now. Darren Swenson, Dave Almdahl here at KDEC Radio.net. Glad you're with us for all of our coverage of the South Wind Wrestling Tournament here. We're going to do this live web stream hold-by-hold thing for this one, for the Chris Flanagan over in Cresco. We'll also do it for the
conference,
Northeast Iowa Conference tournament on January 31st in New Hampton. We'll also do it for sectionals at West Union and districts down at the beautiful new gymnasium down at Independence.
I was down there last year for the kind of the grand opening that they had, and it's the nicest gymnasium, wrestling room, weight room, and wrestling coach's office facility I have ever seen in a high school in my life. It is nice. And
so let's go over the semifinal matchups right now. At 106, it'll be Noah Fye of New Hampton and William Miller of North Fayette Valley. Blake Steege of Denver Trapola and Philip Eady of Decorah. No 6-pounders have wrestled to this point since it was only a 4-man bracket. At 113, Connor Cleveland of New Hampton will take on Miles Ramsey of Walk-On, and Andrew Bush of Denver Trapola will take on Joe Kanoki of Decorah. At 120, Tyler Shattuck of New Hampton will take on Brody Bruce of St. Ansgar, and Tristan Hansmeyer of Walk-On will take on Carter Hubka of Decorah. And now they're going to say it's going to be at least a 15-minute break. So it's 12:18. I tell you what.
You can talk a little slower.
Well, that, and actually, let's just put down the headsets, and we will be back with you at about 12:30 this afternoon. Give us a reason for a pause for the cause. We'll put it that way. So 12:30, we'll be back with you here at KDEC Radio.net.